Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Bookish English. I'm Ariel, and today we're going to talk about something very simple, but very powerful, speaking English word by word. You know, sometimes we think speaking English means saying big, long sentences perfectly. But honestly, no, it doesn't have to be that way. When I first started learning English, I used to freeze. I knew the words, but when I tried to speak, my brain blank, completely blank. It was like the words were running away from me. I could hear them, I could read them, but when it was my turn to speak, silence. And that silence used to scare me. Maybe you feel the same, right? It's okay. You're not alone. I was there too. You see, the funny thing is, I already understood English. I could watch movies, listen to songs, even read short books. But when someone asked me a question, my mouth wouldn't move. I wanted to answer, but something inside just stopped me. Maybe fear, maybe pressure, maybe both. But one day I told myself, Ariel, you're not going to be perfect from day one, so stop trying to be. Just start small, just one word. And that's when everything began to change for me. I remember sitting on my bed, talking to myself, yes, literally talking to myself, and saying, okay, let's start. One word at a time, I looked around the room and started naming things. Bed, pillow, light, window, curtain. I said them slowly, out loud. It felt silly at first, but something magical was happening. I was training my mouth to move in English. And slowly, I added more. This is a bed. This is a pillow. Then later, I like my pillow. It's soft. Word by word, line by line, I was teaching myself how to speak English, not just know it. So if you're listening to me now and thinking, Ariel, I understand English, but I can't speak it, well, breathe. You can start just like I did, with one word, then two, then three. The goal is not to be fast. The goal is to be natural. You can even talk to me right now. Repeat after me. I can speak. Good. I can speak English. Perfect. I can speak English word by word. Beautiful. You see? You just spoke a sentence. The problem is, most learners want to run before they learn to walk. But English, like every skill, grows step by step. Think about a baby. When a baby learns to speak, it doesn't start with full sentences, right? It starts with one sound, one word, mama, papa, and everyone claps. So why are you not clapping for yourself when you say your first few words in English? You should. Because every word you speak is a small victory. I remember when I was in school, my English teacher used to say, Ariel, don't think in your language, think in English. And I'd sit there wondering, how do I even do that? It sounded impossible. But one day I realized, you don't need to think in full English sentences to start thinking in English. You just need to think in simple English words. For example, if you see an apple, don't think Seb or manzana or Tausi. Think apple. Just that. Simple. That's where real fluency starts. Not in grammar, not in big vocabulary, but in small real words that come naturally. So from that day, I made a small rule for myself. Whenever I saw something, I'd say its name in English. When I brushed my teeth, I'd whisper, toothbrush, toothpaste, mirror. When I cooked, pan, spoon, rice. When I went out, street, car, sky. I was training my brain little by little to live inside English. It was like creating a new world in my mind, an English world, and I was the main character in it. But you know what? There were days I didn't feel like speaking at all. Some days I'd wake up tired, my voice heavy, my thoughts messy. I'd think, maybe not today. But then a small voice inside me would say, just one word, Ariel, just one. And so I'd speak one, then another, then a few more. And by the end I'd realize, wow, I just practiced English again. That's the secret. Consistency, not perfection. I want you to try this today. After watching this video, look around you. Pick 5 things and say their names in English. Then try to make one short sentence with each. Like, chair. It's brown. Phone. It's on the table. Fan. It's moving cup. It's full door. It's open. That's it. Simple, right? But that's where real speaking begins. From words that live around you. And honestly, don't worry about mistakes. Please don't. You see, mistakes are not bad. They are signs that you're learning something new. If you never make mistakes, you never grow. When I used to talk with my English friends, I'd make so many mistakes. Sometimes I said funny things by accident and we'd laugh. But guess what? They understood me. And that's what matters. Communication, not perfection. Actually, let me tell you a small story. Once I was at a cafe trying to order coffee in English for the first time. My hands were shaking. The waiter asked, "What would you like?" And I said, "I like coffee with no milk." He smiled and said, "So you'd like a black coffee?" And I nodded, "Yes, black coffee." It was such a small thing, but I felt so proud. Because I spoke. I didn't stay silent. And that's what I want you to feel too. That small victory. That little spark of pride when you use your voice in English. So remember, you and I are walking together in this journey, word by word. I'm here, and I'm saying, speak with me, out loud. Don't whisper inside your head. Say it. Feel it. Let your mouth get used to it. That's how you break the fear. That's how you become confident. And even if you forget words sometimes, it's fine. Just smile, breathe, and keep going. The words will come back. They always do. Okay, so, are you ready? Take a deep breath, smile, and say it with me. I can speak English word by word. Yes, you can. And from today, we're going to do it together. You know, when I started speaking like this, word by word, something interesting happened. My fear slowly began to fade away. It didn't vanish all at once, but little by little, it got quieter. The more I spoke, the less scared I felt. It's funny how that works, right? When you face the thing you're afraid of, it starts losing its power over you. And that's what English speaking is. It's not about knowing everything. It's about not letting fear stop you from saying something. One day, I remember, I was walking to the market, and I decided to practice out loud while walking. I didn't care if people looked at me. I just whispered softly to myself, I am walking. I am buying fruits. I am happy. I know it sounds simple, but that's exactly how fluency grows. You see, your brain learns through repetition. Every time you repeat a word or sentence, you make a new connection inside your brain. So the more you repeat, the stronger those connections become. It's like building a small bridge between you and English, word by word, sentence by sentence. Sometimes my students ask me, Ariel, how do I remember new words? And I tell them, don't just remember, use them. Let me explain. If you learn the word beautiful, don't just keep it in your notebook. Say it 10 times a day. The sky is beautiful. You are beautiful. This music is beautiful. Use it in your world. The more you use a word, the more it becomes yours. You own it. When I was a beginner, I used to watch English shows with subtitles. But I had a rule. Every time I heard a sentence I liked, I'd pause and repeat it. Sometimes I'd say it again and again until it felt natural in my mouth. That's how I learned my rhythm. Because English has a sound, a music, and you only learn that music by saying the words out loud. So when you say something, don't rush. Feel the sound. Feel how your mouth moves. It's not just learning, it's training your body to speak. And yes, sometimes you'll forget words. Sometimes you'll mix them up. You might say, he go, instead of he goes. And that's fine. You'll correct yourself later. You don't need to stop speaking just because of one mistake. You see, babies don't stop speaking because of mistakes. They keep talking. And you should too. One day I met a young learner online. She was from India. She told me, Ariel, I understand everything, but I can't start a conversation. So I told her, let's play a game. You will speak one sentence, then I will speak one. Word by word. She started shyly, I am student. I smiled and said, I am a teacher. She said, I like English. I said, I love English. Soon she was laughing, speaking freely, no fear at all, just because we took it word by word. That's the power of this method. You can try this too, with me, or even alone. Stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and start small. Hi, my name is, I live in, I like. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about sounding perfect. Just focus on speaking clearly, slowly, and with feeling. Because language without feeling is just noise. But when you speak with feeling, your words come alive. Sometimes when I talk about this, people say, Ariel, talking to yourself sounds strange. And I say, yes, maybe. But it works. You see, when you talk to yourself, there's no fear, no judgment. It's just you and your practice. You can make mistakes freely, and that's where real learning happens. That's how I trained myself to be comfortable speaking English. Alone first, and then with people. You know what's even more amazing? After some time, English started to come naturally. I didn't have to think before I spoke. The words just came. It was like my brain and my tongue had finally become friends. That moment, when you speak without thinking too hard. Feels so good, so light. And trust me, you will reach that moment too. But it only comes with small daily practice. Let's try something together right now. Say after me, slowly. I am learning English. Good. I speak English every day. Perfect. I am not scared to speak. Wonderful. I can talk word by word. Great. You're doing it. You're already speaking English. You're already better than yesterday. Sometimes, when I couldn't find anyone to talk to, I'd use my phone recorder. I'd record my voice and listen to it later. The first time I did it, oh my God, I was shocked. I thought, do I really sound like that? I didn't like my voice at all. But after a few days, I realized something. It wasn't about liking my voice. It was about getting used to it. Because when you hear yourself, you become aware of your pronunciation, your speed, your tone. And once you know, you can improve. So, here's a small challenge for you. Every night before you sleep, take 2 minutes. Record yourself saying 5 simple sentences in English. For example, my name is your name. I am learning English. I like listening to Ariel. I speak word by word. I am improving just that. And when you listen to it the next day, you'll smile because you'll hear progress. Even if it's small, it's real. Honestly, learning to speak English is not about being the best speaker. It's about being brave enough to speak even when you're not the best. You don't need fancy words or perfect grammar. You just need courage, and I know you have it inside you. You just need to start, word by word. So let's make a promise, you and me. From today, we will speak in English every single day. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10, but every day, no skipping, because language grows like a plant. It needs a little sunlight every day, and your words are that sunlight. All right, my dear learner, that's your task for today. Speak. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak proudly, because you can and you will. When I learned my first 100 English words, I didn't just write them down. I lived with them. I used them when I was cooking, cleaning, walking, or even thinking. I remember one morning I was brushing my teeth, and I looked in the mirror and said, I am brushing my teeth. It sounded silly, but it made me smile. Then I said, I am washing my face. Then, I am ready for a new day. See? It became a little morning conversation with myself. And that's how real fluency starts. Not in big lessons, but in small daily moments that feel alive. One time I was sitting in the park, and a small boy came up to me. He pointed at the sky and said in English, "Cloud." I was surprised, so small, but so confident. I smiled and said, "Yes, cloud. And that one is big." He laughed and said, "Big cloud." That tiny moment taught me something. That boy wasn't worried about being perfect. He was just enjoying the words. That's what you and I need to do. Enjoy English. Play with it. Feel it. Don't treat it like homework. Treat it like a friend you talk to every day. You know, when I was younger, I used to think, I'll speak English only when I'm perfect. But guess what? That day never came. because perfection is like a moving cloud. It keeps changing shape. So I decided to stop waiting. I started talking even with my mistakes. And honestly, that's when real progress started. When you speak even when you're not ready, that's when you grow. So if you ever feel shy or stuck, just remember this. Your first goal is not to speak perfectly, it's to speak bravely. You don't have to impress anyone. You just need to express yourself. There's a big difference between the two. Impressing is about others, but expressing, that's about you. It's your truth. It's your voice. Sometimes I talk to my viewers and they say, Ariel, I don't have anyone to practice with. And I say, oh, you do. You have me. Speak with me when you watch my videos. Pause them. Repeat after me. Say the words out loud. If I say, I am learning, you say it too. If I say, I am not afraid, you say it too. Because when you speak with me, even through the screen, your mouth learns, your brain listens, and your heart believes. That's why I named this lesson, Speak English with Me, word by word, because we're not just learning, we're connecting. Let's try a little mini practice together right now. Ready? Say after me, slowly, clearly. I can do it. I can speak English. I am not afraid. I speak word by word. Every day, I am improving. Beautiful. You see how it feels? The rhythm, the confidence, the small smile that comes after you say it. That's your energy growing. Keep that energy. When I started doing this kind of word-by-word practice, I noticed something funny. My accent began to change. Not because I was trying to sound like someone else, but because my mouth was getting used to English sounds. It's like training a new muscle. You can't build it overnight, but with a few minutes every day, it gets stronger. I also started talking to random things, like my cup of tea. I'd say, "You're hot today," or to my notebook, "You look empty, let's fill you." It sounds funny, but it worked. My tongue stopped freezing. My words started flowing. So if you ever feel scared to talk to people, start with things. Talk to your mirror, your phone, your plant, your cat. The words don't care who you say them to. They just need to be spoken. There's another trick I want to share. Whenever you learn a new word, connect it with an action. For example, if the word is open, go and open something, a door, a book, anything, and say, open. That way, your body remembers it too. Your body learns faster than your brain sometimes. And when you're tired, because yes, there will be days when your mind says, not today. Just remember this little line. One word is enough. If you can't speak 10 sentences today, speak one. If you can't practice for 10 minutes, do one, because one is always better than zero. You know, language is a living thing. It grows with you. It breathes with you. The more you use it, the more it becomes part of you. And soon you'll notice English won't feel like a language anymore. It'll just feel like you. Sometimes at night when I can't sleep, I whisper small English sentences to myself. I am thankful for today. I spoke. I tried. I'm learning. It helps me sleep peacefully because I know I did something for myself that day. You should try it too. Before you sleep, say one small English line. It will make you feel proud, calm, and ready for tomorrow. So, my dear friend, don't rush this journey. Enjoy it. Each word you speak is a seed, and one day, that seed will bloom into beautiful fluency. Don't worry about the time it takes. Don't compare your speed to anyone else. Just focus on your voice, your English voice, growing stronger every day. Now take a moment. Look around you. Think in English. Speak one sentence softly right now. It doesn't have to be long. Just something like, I am learning, or I feel happy. See? You're doing it. You're already inside the English world. You just have to keep walking in it. That's the secret no one tells you. Learning English isn't about collecting words. It's about living with them. Every word you speak, even if it's small or simple, has power. And that power grows when you give it life through your voice. There were days when I didn't feel like speaking. Maybe I was tired or my mood wasn't great. But still, I whispered a few words, even just one sentence. Today I feel lazy. I want coffee. The weather is hot. It didn't matter what I said. What mattered was that I kept my mouth moving, my brain thinking in English, and my heart connected to the rhythm of this language. If you do this every day, something magical begins to happen. Your brain starts switching naturally to English. You stop translating in your head. You just say it. The flow begins. You start noticing that when someone talks to you in English, you understand faster. And when you reply, the words come more easily. That's when you realize your practice has become part of you. One day, I was sitting with a friend who speaks English very well. Normally, I would stay quiet and just listen. But that day, I didn't. I joined the conversation. My sentences were not perfect, but they were real. I felt free. I was not afraid of mistakes anymore. And my friend smiled and said, "Wow, you sound so confident now." That moment was special. It reminded me that the journey of speaking English word by word is not slow, it's deep. Because every time you speak, you are not just practicing, you are building courage. You are telling yourself, I can do this. And when that belief becomes strong inside you, your English naturally becomes stronger outside. So if you're watching this, I want you to try something today. Take one small sentence, just one. Maybe, I am learning English. Say it again and again with a smile. Say it while cooking, walking, or sitting quietly. Feel the words. Let them flow softly. Do this every day, and soon English will not be a subject. It will be your voice. And remember, you don't have to speak fast. You don't have to sound like a native speaker. You just have to sound like you. Because your real voice, with its small pauses and soft mistakes, is beautiful. That's what makes you human. That's what makes your English alive. Many learners think they need big vocabulary to sound fluent. But fluency is not about big words. It's about flow. It's about comfort. It's about being able to say what you feel without fear. So, start with what you know. Simple words, short sentences, honest feelings. When you can speak with emotion, even a few words can touch hearts. I'll tell you a secret I learned after years of practice. The more I tried to speak perfect English, the less natural I sounded. But the moment I stopped worrying about mistakes and started focusing on connection, everything changed. People understood me better. I spoke with more emotion, and my English started improving faster than ever. So, let's make a small promise together right now. From today, we will speak English every day. Not perfectly, but bravely. We will use small words with big confidence. We will repeat, listen, and speak again. We will talk to ourselves, to others, and even to the world, word by word, step by step. You don't need to rush. You just need to stay consistent. Speak while doing daily things. Speak while thinking. Speak when you wake up, when you eat, when you walk, when you dream. Let English live with you. The more you live in it, the more it becomes yours. So, close your eyes for a moment and whisper softly, I can speak English. Feel the truth of it. It's not just a dream anymore. It's already happening. You are doing it right now. And one day soon, you'll look back and realize that every small word you spoke, every tiny step you took, built the strong, confident English speaker you've become. Word by word, day by day, with courage and love, that's how you grow. That's how you shine. So before we end today's lesson, let's breathe together, slowly, calmly. Take a deep breath in. Now say softly, I am learning English. Again, I am learning English every day. Feel that power in your voice. Every time you speak, your mouth, your tongue, your mind, and your heart work together. That is how real learning happens, not just by reading or writing, but by feeling the language inside your body. You see, English is not a subject, it's an energy. When you speak it with emotion, it starts flowing naturally through you. That's why I always say, don't just study English, live it. Speak it when you are happy. Speak it when you are sad. Speak it even when you make mistakes, because every mistake is a bridge that takes you closer to fluency. And here's something beautiful. The moment you start speaking freely, your confidence starts touching other people too. You'll notice how they listen to you differently, how they smile when you talk, because real communication is not about grammar, it's about connection. It's about sharing a part of yourself with the world. So as we end this practice, remember these simple words. Speak English with love, not fear. Speak it word by word, slowly, honestly, every day. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll wake up and say, I'm fluent now. Not because you memorized thousands of words, but because you never gave up speaking the few you had. Now, before you go, repeat this last line with me. Every word I speak makes me stronger. Say it again, with feeling. Yes, that's it. Keep that energy inside you. You are already growing. You are already becoming fluent. And I'll be here with you, every step of the way, word by word, lesson by lesson, until English becomes your second heartbeat.